It's Suburban Part 6, so today what we're doing, alternator, power steering pump, and the belt. And we're gonna, while we're doing the belt, the tensioner and the idler pulley as well. Also, I had to redo the right side, the passenger side rear drum brake, because the wheel cylinder, well, the bleeder broke off in it. So we'll fix that last. For now, let's move on to the alternator and the power steering pump. So it's as easy as putting a 5/8 inch socket on a breaker bar and pushing down on this tensioner so it releases the tension on the belt. And then we can slip the belt off the alternator and everything comes out just like that. God, can you see that? It's wobbly. Ain't good. Okay, that is a long ass belt. We're gonna hold it so it doesn't fall. I'm sorry, camera, but this is a little higher priority than getting a good shot. Okay, our new part. We're just gonna fit like that the first try, huh? So after some inspection, the old one was plastic, the new one's metal. So yeah, I think that's gonna work a little bit better. And I'm gonna get a close-up right now because this is cracked AF. See that right there? And there. And it makes a funny noise when you spin it, or it feels weird, like clicky. It's important to note also that this spacer was on the back of that pulley, pulley. So that goes in there. Then you get mad at the idiots on their motorcycles thinking that everybody cares when in fact nobody does. It also has this spacer on it, but it does not actually fit in there, so we're not going to use that. But that should be just fine. There, see, we did it. It's new, it's the metal one. The old one's sitting over there. New idler pulley. I'm also going to replace the alternator because, you know, that. Oh yeah, look at that. So we're going to replace that real quick. Yeah, there we go. I know why there's 3 prongs or 4 prongs and there's only 1 wire, but whatever. Now the battery is disconnected before you say anything. I think. Please tell me I don't have to take this whole bracket off. Let's see. Look at that. Alternator's been replaced before. Wouldn't you believe it? We're gonna have to take off the steering pump too. There we go. Now I can access everything. Now, to do power steering pump on this, you could go in there with wrenches and take eternity to get them loose. But you're gonna have to pull the pulley off anyway to put it on the new pump. So why not just take the pulley off first, and then it's easier to access the bolts to take off the power steering pump. It's as easy as putting the 2 halves together around both your tool and the power steering groove on the pulley. This would be easier if that wasn't in the way. Okay. And then you just tighten the tool down until the pulley's off. loosen. And it also has a bracket on the back, which you have to unbolt from the exhaust manifold. Although you just have to loosen those bolts and slide it off. There we are. Well, I wanted to come loosen these with a wrench, but they were finger tight anyway, so maybe we put Loctite on them next time. And away it goes. It looks like that was actually not leaking from the return line. Maybe from there. But it was definitely leaking out of the front seal here. Let's put the bracket back on. I don't know if we can put the bracket back on. You know what? This bracket won't go on. My bracket from the old pump doesn't fit the new one because there's a slight curve in the old one, whereas the new one's just a straight up 90. I could have returned the pump and got a different one, but that's a pain, so I just modified the bracket. Forgive the mess in the back of the Suburban, but we have our modified bracket here. I just cut a little chunk off of it. And on the bottom here I had to put 3 washers because it was not sitting like the old one did, but I can't get these bolts out. So, on we go. And I'm going to put just a hair, or a little sploosh, of thread lockers so these don't come off again. I'm using the medium blue, nothing fancy. That was way too much. It was also way too much, but whatever. Alright, I don't know how this is going to look to you, but we're just trying to put this thing in here. Camera work is not my first priority right now. Alright, well. Kind of cheated and already started the pulley, so I was kind of scared. Measurement. Sick. The only spring we took off was that one. And now, maneuver this guy out of here because the bleeder broke off inside. That's wonderful. And we got our new one. I already had these taken out. So it should be as easy as putting this in here. Oh, I guess we need that out of there. Let's make sure that this push rod is threaded where it needs to be first. These guys kind of started. Push that guy back in place. Our spring back here. Just like that. Adjuster's still on there, parking brake lever's still on there. Everything is still on there. Grab our big boy here. Right. That's remotely tight. And that's remotely tight. And then we come in here with our line wrench or double flare-ended wrench thing. Harbor Freight calls it something different. I don't know why. But that should be good. And then I need to clean out this drum because all kinds of brake fluid leaked into it. Alright, everything's back together now. Top, brackets, pulleys, belts, all that. Alright, that's it. That's all I got. That was long enough. So, I guess the next thing to do is take it out and drive it. So it drives pretty well. It gets a little bit hot on the drum brakes, but I figure that's because break-in period, you know. I've done the bedding in procedure, and so I'm sure after a little while driving it, it'll be just fine. So that's it. That's all I got for today. Now I can drive the Suburban again. Maybe I'll take it camping soon. Who knows? But anyway, that's all I got for today, so be good while I'm gone, and I'll see you next time. Have a good week.